Today I have one of the toughest choice many people have to face. Which thing do I choose? Both are big, rock hard, look great. Maybe I should have both.
That's what she said.
But I'm a one thing kind of guy. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. My name is Mr. X. This is the Extreme Channel. We talk about extreme collectibles. These two pieces sitting in front of me, if you're a follower of the channel, you've probably seen both of these before. I've actually done two different videos on the one on my left. Most recent was what it looked like when it was custom painted by Mrs. X, my wife. You can actually check that out. And I encourage you to check out those individual videos because today we're not going to cover some particulars that were covered in those videos. Same with the original review of this thing right here. You can check out the original review in this video. But today we're going to do what we call an extreme rumble or an extrumble. That's where we take both of these pieces and we look at the categories we review pieces on and we assign a winner to every single category. And as I said in the intro, I actually do only need one thing, so I am going to end up selling one of these. If you're interested in that, first of all, make sure you've actually subscribed to this channel and you've hit that bell notification because I sell all my pieces through this channel. Also, if you're really interested, look at the membership option below. It's either in the description below or if you're on a desktop, you can hit join. Those people have early access and get first crack to my for sale videos among a lot of other behind the scenes stuff. So hopefully today I can actually figure out which thing is for me and which thing is for one of you. So let's just dive right into this, and as usual, we will start with the concept of each piece. And these, believe it or not, are incredibly different. So first, both show thing what we call in a museum pose. So there's not a lot of action or dynamic stuff going on, although what we'll call the thing to my right, this guy actually is ready to clobber somebody. He has his fist pulled back, ready to go, where the thing on my left, he's already defeated Dr. Doom, as you see, and that is one of the very differentiations in the concept between these two. But let's look at both. They both have standard rock-like bases. One is more of a rocky terrain, where the other one is a New York City street, and a fire hydrant, which he just kicked over with his massive power and water gushing everywhere. Another big difference as you move up is one has boots and pants, and the other one has shorts. And another controversial thing a lot of people say about the one to my left is it doesn't look like he's rocks underneath his pants. It actually looks like that it's a human form, but the same can be said about the shorts on the other piece. So really, I'm good either way on these. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. Then moving up further, the biggest difference you see between the two is the one with the fire hydrant is more of a classic comic style. It's not true comic, but you see a lot more, especially in the portraits, ties to what you actually read in the comics, where the other one's more of a modernized version. Both have two portrait switch outs we're going to talk about. Both obviously are in some type of battle or just finished a battle. And both have classic Ben Grimm / Thing, serious, ready to clobber portraits. So I think the big difference is here when I look at concept, for you, do you want a modernized one with or do you want more of a classic? And with that being said, does it bother you that he's wearing pants and boots? I actually like that better because his feet are just kind of ugly to look at. I do like the fact that this one ties back to New York. Fire hydrant, while that was used in the original Fantastic Four movie, this is not based off of that. It's just something to really add to the base, make it a little bit better. So the base is a little bit nicer than this piece right here. However, I love the fact that they put Doom into this. He has Doom's cloak in his right hand. In his left hand, he has his mask. And for me, it ties down to the fact I liked a little more modernized. So for that reason, the winner in concept goes over to the one on the left of me. And honestly, it's pretty close. I think both are fantastic concepts for the thing. And recently, I've seen a lot new custom things coming out. And with that being said, that's what these are. These are custom things. That means private unlicensed commissions. Each of them, they made about 50 of them. But again, you can go back and check the original reviews for more information. Now we're going to get into design of the piece. So design, we talk about displayability. Did everything go together well? Well, first of all, I want to say the one on the right is a lot more displayable because the base is much smaller and he's much lighter. I think you get a lot of points for that. The fire hydrant, I'm not a huge fan of. I love the fact it comes with an extra bust display. That's pretty cool. It also says the thing on it with the rocky base. You get a lot of points for that. And they both do have the two different portraits, so let's look at those. Here's a picture of the ones with the cigar. And here's a picture of the other portrait. So those are the only switch out options. They're both 1/4 scale, and as you see, they're pretty equal in size. This guy's pretty hunched over, but he does appear a little bit smaller, which I'm okay with. Thing is kind of hard to gauge his height. I know there's some Marvel fandom stuff out there that will say exactly what his height is. They both do have a decent seam line in the neck, but that's going to happen when you have a rock body and a switch out portrait. And then I think the other thing design is about the pants. So really not a lot of stuff to examine, but honestly, I think the design, because of the extra bust display, because it's more displayable, goes to the thing on my right. This guy wins for design. We're going to jump into sculpt next. And again, both are sculpted very, very well. There's a few different takes, but we want to look at the specific sculpt. Now, one of the things I've noticed is, let's look at the bases first. I think the New York City base is done much better. I like the texture in that. It looks like a real actual asphalt street, where the other one is just kind of, hey, these are some rocks. So I think a big advantage goes to that one. It has a sewer on it, does have the fire hydrant on the back. So the sculpt on the base is clearly the New York City one. Looking at the thing himself, so right here, I think the big difference is the one on my right has a lot more texture on the actual rocks, which I'm not really digging. It almost looks like it's too much, it's intentional, where the other one looks more like natural rocks you would find in a quarry or a field, and I think it flows a lot better with the actual statue. I think the sculpt of how the rocks implement all over his body, his portrait, look much better. And I also think the sculpt on the pants on the one on my left look much better as well. I like the different folds in it, the seam lines, the texture that it gave. Again, it's more of a modern take, and they're both sculpted very well, but I think for those reasons, I think the sculpt would actually go to the one on the left, even though I do like the sculpt of the base on the one on my right better. Paint. This is where it gets extremely difficult, and if this is the first video you're seeing about these, this was factory painted. This was painted by an individual person, namely my wife. So I want you guys to put below who wins on the paint job. I want you to go ahead and comment that today. I'm going to say my wife wins just to be safe in case she watches this, which she rarely watches my videos. But we're going to make the paint go to this one. I'm not going to try and compare it. Now let's talk about value on these pieces. So first of all, this one, I don't remember the original retail price, but right now it goes anywhere from $1,800 to $2,500 shipped, depending where you're at in the world. It is only sold secondhand. This is a much smaller edition size. They only made about 30 compared to the 50 or so I think they made on this guy. This one retailed for about $900 plus shipping, but again, he wasn't painted, so you had to have it painted. Now, granted, I got it painted for free because my wife painted it. So naturally, by that math, this guy is 60% of the price of this, kind of a no-brainer who wins. However, not everybody is in that situation. A good custom paint job on this is going to run you right about $500 to $700, so really, they're about equal in price in the aftermarket right now. Also, there's not a ton of the Thing statues out there, and if or when the Marvel Cinematic Universe comes out with some good Fantastic Four movies, Thing statues will be highly sought after. And because I think there's a good equal number of people out there that both seek modern and both seek classic, I think both of these are decently sought after, although I do have to say the one on the right I have seen for sale, and a lot of people don't pick them up for a period of time. But I think one of the problems with that is there's not a lot of other Fantastic Four pieces out there, like Mr. Fantastic, Human Torch, Invisible Girl, that actually would go with these, so people kind of want the entire set. So honestly, I think it's a tie on the value for both of these. It is pretty damn close. I think they go for about the same price. I think they're both going to go up in value when the MCU actually releases a Fantastic Four movie. So which statue is the X factor? Which one is the better statue? That's a tough one. Like I said, sculpt is very good on both. Concept, I like a lot for either one. I give this one the edge on the concept because it's a little more modernized. I like that. And he just took out Doom. However, the base on this one, I believe, is better. Paint are very different styles. This one has more of a high gloss, where this one's kind of a dull rock, which I personally like better. But again, I kind of chose the direction on this. But I tie it back to that modernization. Besides some of the other stuff I said, I think the one on my left has a slight advantage because of the way he's posed. When you're going to put him with other Fantastic Four pieces, which I do have a bunch of custom ones coming, they're not going to be faced off against anyone else, where this guy's kind of faced off in a fight. So again, a little bit of an advantage towards this. So for those reasons, plus the modern concept, plus the Doom, I think this guy is the winner for me of this Extrumble. And again, My wife painted him, so it even has a little bit of nostalgia in there. But I think this is an incredibly close race between these two. So put not only who won in the paint category, but who won overall. I think that'll be interesting to read the comments. But I think we all know that it's in the end, it's going to be about 50-50, just like this one or that one post. They're so stupid and pointless. But it's not stupid or pointless to comment on this video, and here's why. We are giving away these two Mortal Kombat statues by PCS, one at the 15,000 sub giveaway, the other at 17,500. To enter, just comment on this video. This is one of the videos we may pick for a random comment. Also, make sure you have liked this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you've hit that bell notification. So thanks, guys. This was a really weird Extrumble. I hope you enjoyed it. Check out some of these other Extreme Rumble or statue comparison videos. But in the meantime, hit that Mr. X logo to subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification. Till I talk to you tomorrow. Take care.